Hello, Brad.
Greetings, Chris.
Are you nuts again?
I am. You know, it was just a few weeks ago we did the story on pistachios, and I do want to revisit the topic, just a recap of what we've covered, and then I found a related story
All
that's
right.
even better,
Okay.
So first of all, if you had to choose between a pistachio, an almond, or a cashew, you should always choose pistachios.
Pistachio.
They are the most nutrient dense of the three nuts.
Okay.
So just to recap where we've been, it's one of the few plants that contain all 9 essential amino acids, so they're a complete protein right then and there. That's one good reason. Another good reason, they're a good source of melatonin. Maybe a few pistachios before bed might help you sleep. Their green color, which is very interesting about them, it comes from a variety of phytochemicals. These are chemicals that are only made by plants, and they're rich in antioxidants, and they have great anti-inflammatory properties. So 3 good reasons right there, okay? And then we also shared with you this recent study. Eating pistachios could improve your eye health. They found that eating 2 ounces of pistachios, that's about a handful a day, within just 6 weeks, there were changes in the macular pigment of the study participants, suggesting that the lutein in these nuts might actually help to reduce your risk of age-related macular degeneration. So there's 4 good reasons.
What's not to like so far?
Okay, so just passing through stories on the internet, I ran across this one from the Associated Press. California farmers enjoy pistachio boom, with much of it headed to China.
I didn't realize you had such an audience in California, Brad.
Yeah, I guess. They're going to China, by the way, because Chinese use them as a special treat for Chinese Lunar New Year, which next year I think is on the 29th of January.
Okay.
So it's a special treat, but it's a special treat for all of us, right? But look at some of these facts. The crop generated $3 billion last year for the state of California. Now the U.S. is the #1 exporter of pistachios in the world, which was kind of surprising. And also, here's what's really interesting. More and more almond growers are starting to grow pistachios instead. And here's why. They use much less water than
That's
almonds.
a good thing for California.
Correct. And here's the other thing, Chris. They rely on the wind for pollination and not bees. So 2 big environmental advantages there. But there's one other interesting thing. You ever hear of the Wonderful company? They produce the Wonderful pistachio.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. They have also developed a new type of pistachio that gives 40% more crop than the previous generation of trees. So now you can really boost your production. And by the way, they also posted this picture of pistachios before they are essentially ripe and harvested. I had no idea that they'd grow in clusters like that, or that's what they look like. But I thought it was interesting. It's interesting. Yes?
We're going to have our cereal with pistachio milk before too long.
You're probably right. You're probably
Bye-bye,
right.
almonds.
Now, I have one other quick story that was inspired by Adam, our producer. Okay. What do you think we have here?
Oh, those are frogs.
Little frogs, yeah, those are special frogs. They're Sierra Nevada yellow-legged frogs, okay? So they live in the Sierra Nevada mountains. That's far west. Think the West Coast, okay? So here's the bottom line on these frogs. They are an important part of the ecosystem in Yosemite National Park, okay? They're currently listed as an endangered species, and here's what happened. Decades ago, the population was almost gone because of a fungal disease. But over time, certain populations within the park were able to somehow beat the fungus disease. They became fungal resistant, okay? The scientists then took some of those fungal resistant populations and replanted them all around the park, okay? So as that happened, they were able to reproduce and become more plentiful. And in fact, 17 years later here now, the population is once again thriving throughout the park, and also they'll be spreading them to other areas as well. So it's a little success story there, okay? But you know what I'm really thinking, Chris? I am so glad. I am so glad these frogs didn't croak. They're going to be around for a long time.
Now I know why it was inspired by Adam. That was good. All right, Brad, thanks so much.